Hey everybody, thank you for all of you that attended my live. I know that not everybody was able to, because I know one person who, yeah, she wanted to attend, but she's on new medication, and it made her really drowsy. And yes, I missed her a lot on there, but our health is so much more important than any video. Unless we lose electricity all over the world, the videos will always be up, unless of course something happens to YouTube itself. So take your time, everyone. Make sure you are looking out after your own health. That is more apparent to me today than it's ever been. My body seemed to go into a little bit of a breakdown mode itself after the live, and well, I watched a couple of videos, and I attended some more. I attended Tracy's premiere today, and yes, I'm doing tomorrow's video today, of course. But, yeah, my body seemed to just say, nope, go get some sleep. So that's what I did. I went and slept for almost 2 hours, and woke up and everything is sore. It's the longest I've been active for a very, very long time. So with all that being said, I love you all, and I'm going to put you on pause while I get the camera repositioned. Back in a moment. Alright, now we're back to normal. Oh, like I'm never normal. Anyway, I'm going to do this little pumpkin mold here. It has a stem. But more importantly, it has a jack-o'-lantern face. Now I'm going to go a little bit out of the ordinary. I'm not going to paint him inside or anything. Instead, I'm going to endow him with some of these little inclusions that came with that vase filler thing that I had in my one Temu haul. And so there's going to be these little pumpkins here. These wonderful real looking spiders, almost. The witch's hat. I can't hold on to anything right now, everyone. It's just one of those days. Anyhow, these wonderful witch hats. And as you can tell, I have little orange and red beads. So, also being included are part of my gift from Lisa. These are, as I said before, some items I had wanted and never got a hold of. Every time I had them in my cart, they would go out of stock. So there will be several different things going in several different colors. Yes, and I cannot grab anything seriously. Hands say knock it off. Got some orange pumpkin. Where'd it go? Oh, stuck to me. There we go. Some orange pumpkin. Black bat. This video time is going to be eaten up by me trying to catch these things. But several witches, a spider web, etc. That's all going to go in different areas. And I'm going to just mix them all up into the resin, because the resin, oh my goodness, now they're just stuck to me. And my dog is talking again. I think he's demanding something at this point. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make it a glowy. I want this to glow and be able to show these as silhouettes. But at the same time, I really kind of want it clear so you can see them all without the glow. So my other choice is to incorporate some lights. Now this mold is quite squishy, so it's also a little matte inside. It's not exactly shiny. And okay, dog, quiet, Baylor. That's my husky. It seems all huskies on earth talk like that. But that's the plan. I'm going to try to get some lights in there without them touching the mold itself. So the lights are going to get mixed in amongst all this other stuff. Okay, I'm going to go get some resin and some lights, and I'll be back in a moment. Alright, I have a few extras I'm going to try fitting in. One of the hands I made, 3 of the bats, 1 of the pumpkin earrings. Actually, I don't even know how that's still there. I thought I put it back, but I guess not. I was trying to get that spider is what I was trying to do. That one. The two-tone spider. Alright, so those are the inclusions I'm going to try to get in. I've got my cup sitting there warming for right now. I'm going to use this UV resin to put this witch together with this light and then on the bottom of this mold. So let's try to get that going real quick here. We're just going to put a little bit on each one because it's just to tack down the light is all. And set that upside down in case I need a little bit more. I'm also going to finish filling this skull. It needs it. And I want the light to sit almost flush on the witch. So this isn't going to penetrate, unfortunately, or allow the UV to get through in that direction. So just move it around a little. There we go. And get the light up. Unfortunately, I gotta, no, I don't have to hold it. Just a moment, folks. This is what I love reverse tweezers for. Okay, I'm being one-handed here. Not very good at it. Trying to keep this from the cord from dragging it. Did you get that plugged in all the way there? let's check the back. There we go. We're going to put it under a 60-second from this angle. Uh-oh. Yep, that's too much of a gap there. 1 second, I got to switch it to the other side. There we go, a little bit more flat, so now I can see what I'm doing actually. I'm going to put a little dot right there to hold it, and one right there. And there. Now that should hold it just fine. So let's get that started. Unfortunately, I cannot do the curing for the UV resin at this point because I'm using electronics. Let's get that cured real well. I'm a little warm today. I might actually, for the first time in a very long time, be getting sick. I sure hope not. Wow, those orange lights are actually glowing under this. And yes, this is not the extreme bright white, it's the warm light, not the other. Alright, let's see how well that's cured up. Okay, I think that part's ready. Now to release enough of the cord to see how well it fits down on there, and fits down real well. However, I do want to get these inclusions in there first, so this gets done before all the resin gets poured. And now it's just up to getting the resin mixed. Before I do that though, I know some of these are going to float. Most everything's probably going to float or sink. So that's how it's going to have to be. Now I don't want to put too much in the face of the pumpkin. We wouldn't want to offend the jack-o'-lantern. Put a few of these pumpkins in. Get it down in there. Get a bat. That'd be cool if the bat settled at the jack-o'-lantern's mouth. Yeah, I think that bat's too large. Let's get the purple one in there. Like I said, most of these things are going to end up floating. Let's just drop it down that area. Get some spiders in. Want to talk about scary things? I really want that spider in it, but I don't like spiders. I'm not afraid of them. It's just that when I was gardening one year, a cousin to the daddy longleg decided it was going to crawl up my pants on the inside and bit me on the knee, and I was extremely ill for approximately 3-4 weeks. took a long time to get past all of that. You know, I'm just going to drop all these down in there as well and let them go where they may. Float with the resin, not float with the resin. Oh my goodness, they really stick to you. Stick to the resin. I mean the mold, not me. I have so many problems. And yes, of course, this is a jar. Stubborn, aren't they? Okay, that's accomplished. And my balls go rolling. Probably can't get the other spider in, but I'm going to try. It's still going to be in the jack-o'-lantern's face. Place some of these little red beads. Okay, that bat likes me a lot. You want to go on that side, Mr. Bat? Okay. Alright, all those inclusions are in there. I think I'll go ahead and put a pumpkin right in front of his face. There we go. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and mix up my resin, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Resin's mixed. I cover everything because it lessens the amount of cat hair that gets in here. The lid, I have decided to put some inclusions in. This little witch hat is going to go sit down in the middle in the same direction that the bend of the witch hat is in the lid. Of course, I have to remove that first so I can get some resin down in there, just to minimize bubbles, and I've got to, of course, burp the bubble out of the tip of the witch hat. I have decided I don't want completely clear, but I don't want opaque, so I want the pumpkin to, of course, be orange. And so I'm going to put this extremely minute amount of mica in there. Just that little bit should be all it should take. And yes, you can get translucency from your micas. Get it all mixed up down in there. And that is why I said very, very, very little. It's just that I don't want the brightness of the light to be extremely bright at all. I want it to be extremely warm, and that's why I'm using a warm light and added the mica to this. So we're going to remove that spoon real fast, wipe it down. Put away. Let's Let's close up the mica before I goof and it goes everywhere. Make sure this is fully stirred. It looks like it is. I do have my little tool for going around the inside of those edges. Where'd it go? That's the wrong tool. Oh, there it is. That's what happens when you put things away. I have a two-ended tool here. It's actually a clay tool, but this little tool works absolutely like a gem under these lids. Alright, so let's get some of the lid poured so I can set that little witch hat down in there. Let it come up on its own. Oh, I'm going to need a little towel just to wipe the drips. That way I'm not trying to catch it down the cup later on to clean the cup. Okay. Now I did orient it so that I know exactly where the bend is in the witch hat of the mold. These molds are extremely jellied. So we're going to drop this down in, push it just a little bit into place. Try not to get resin all over me. And there she is. That should help also minimize bubbles coming up from the witch hat. Okay, that's real close to the top there, and as I figured, a lot of those inclusions will start floating, but I'm hoping they will stay where I asked them to stay position-wise. I'm going to get this underneath. Make sure that there's no large bubbles. Try to push them back down where they were. Look, Mr. Kitty Cat. Get back. Oh, come on. There we go. That's better. Well, they're almost all in the position they were supposed to be. Okay, make that straight back up again. Wipe the tool off. And I see a little bubble starting up right there. Okay, got that one. Pull them all out. And now comes the fun part. I'm going to try to miss the middle of this right now. So I will have to pour slowly and let it get around. I will probably end up with a few bubbles from all the inclusions, but that's fine too. I can see it beginning to rise right there. So I'll slow down now. Give it some proper time there for a second to seep all the way around. And since I tinted this orange, I cannot use it in the skull. The skull colors are going to be a darker purple, and some glitter in it, of course, to finish it off. So I probably need another mold. Well, you know, I don't know for sure if it's going to stick to it, but I have that one. I tried, well, used the extra poly in. So we can try going it that way. Okay. And of course, yes, some of those inclusions are trying to rise. I did get this big spider and the big bat into this. Alright, gonna stop it right there real fast. Because I do need to position this witch and light. So what I need to do first is, of course, dip the witch in light. Get some bubbles out of that. Now let's move that real close to over there. And now I have to position this wire so that the witch doesn't move a whole lot. Alright, that'll do. It looks to be about centered. So now we just finish filling. Watch for trapped bubbles and for unfortunate things called unlevel mold. These spongier ones seem to have some horrible leveling issues. So I'm going to move this skull and this lid enough to lift this mold just slightly on this side. And that seems to have solved the trying to come and breach this side. Now just a little bit more, very little bit. And in case you're wondering, the wire itself, I'm going to put it on a wooden block later, so that the wire goes down through the block. That should be all I can get into that. Let's go ahead and finish the hat. Woohoo, good breach there almost. I cannot spray this with alcohol to get rid of any bubbles, because if I do, it will definitely go over that edge. So, let's move the skull so I quit hitting that hat. I will probably go ahead and pull a little bit of that back out. Let's Let's get that stopped for a second so I can scrape the rest out. It's going to be a very interesting skull for sure. And of course it won't be finished until after Halloween. Is it starting to breach already? I will have to come back and pop the hat back down a couple of times until it gets more set. I think I've done a lot of interesting skulls over the last 31 days. And, well, that's what life is. Interesting, right? Difference. Okay, I think I've gotten everything I can really out of this. I want to make sure that it's as clean as possible before getting cleaned. Get that little drip underneath there. Oh, it's inside. Ha. Make sure there's nothing at the bottom. Alright. Looks like we're going to be just real golden here now. I am making sure about the pumpkin and the lid. I think I will take out some of this though. I'll go ahead and put a little bit right there. Okay. The witch is where she needs to be. Now all those inclusions may have come all the way to the top. That's probably what's going to end up happening. Look, you little hat. Straight, dude, straight. Okay, I think we're done. Now comes the curing process. And get this stick put over here. And I'll pause until I come back. Alright, it's demold time, and as I said in my live today, more than likely this is going to be late populating. It is now just after 11:30 p.m. So we're going to get onto the demold here. This guy will get filled up probably early in the morning. This one too, so I can finish those out, and it'll be a bonus video. So I'm going to set those aside for now. They're still slightly warm. But it's not burning me, so I think I'm good. Now, the inclusions in here actually stayed down except for the hat. That was a little upsetting, but that's okay. I'm alright with that. So we'll get the lid out first. Okay, this should be a simple pop out. I say that and watch, I'll have problems with it. They're not cool, so they are slightly bendy. I'll have to give that. Wow, it was easy. Okay. There are no holes, except for maybe right here at the very tip. You can see the purple from the hat in there. So that turned out pretty well. Alright, now the troublesome one. I'm sure it's going to be. It is pretty set itself because it's not as thin as what the other was. I did notice something about this mold, and there are so many loose pieces or unneeded pieces at the edging here. So I'll probably have a lot of cleanup to do on it. But it seems like it's going to demold really well. Okay, I do see a bunch of micro bubbles right here. And for me that was to be kind of expected because of all the inclusions, and I did not soak the inclusions in resin like I should have. Oops! Okay, so it still wants to give me a little problem. Some of them, of course, lifted. It looks like that one tried poking out, actually, into the mold. Or it could be something in the mold, just below its mouth. Nope. The spider tried poking out or something, because that's not the spider there. I don't know what that is. But we just keep going. Okay, and it's out. We can see the witch right there. See if I can get her turned properly. Of course, she's upside down. So you can see the witch at the bottom. Some of the glitters, of course, sunk. The confetti. Didn't use glitter. There's a web right here. A witch and all. And yes, I did get some of the inclusions in his face. Well, I'm really not sure. No, that is actually part of the mold. Okay, so just be forewarned, everybody. That mold has a definite issue with its mouth area. Alright, now the test. Like I said, this is going to be sitting on a piece of wood, and the wood's going to have a hole through it for it to pass the wire into. This did not set completely straight in there, but just a little bit of sanding at these rough edges, and the wood will help to keep that from being a problem. So now we're going to try the lighting. Hopefully it won't be so horrible. Here, let's see if I can put it up on a couple of sticks. Try to make it a little bit easier to work with. Oh, I know I have another one of those somewhere. Can you get in that drawer on the other side, please? And grab me some more of the stir sticks, the big ones. Oh, I think we got it for right now, but I still need them. Okay, so I'll undo this real fast. I always keep these wires. They're always good for other things. Alright, let's see if I can reach this. And I did. Okay. I'm going to cover this just in case of a bright flash. Okay, so you can't really see all the way. I can, but those lights managed to miss the witch. So that's going to be a little difficult. I may go ahead and pour some darker resin into here. And then with the little lid, but you can see the inclusions. You can tell that the one right there is a web. The bubbles, or beads, whatever you want to call them. It looks like he's eating the spider. That's cool. The two witches' hats. It looks like they might have ended up in the same row here. Alright, everybody. That's that with that. I will, like I said, put another video up tomorrow. Well, today, since this is the 31st video. And I do like that the lid inclusions stayed where they were told to stay. That's pretty good. And oddly enough, I did not have any glitter, but this area here looks like it's got glitter to it. And I think that's the micro bubbles. Okay, that's it. Happy Halloween. Everybody stay safe and enjoy your trick-or-treats. Of course, always, do that safe thing. Check your child's candy. Don't drink too much. Just stay safe. Be happy. Party. Well, for those of you that party. I don't think I've partied in about 1,000 years now, so I don't know what that's about anymore. But, thumbs up if you liked the video. I want to say a special thank you to the subscribers that joined during my live. I appreciated that very much. I don't know what to say. I mean, I'm zooming to 300, although I'll probably plateau out now after the 31 days has been done and over. And to my original subscribers, I can't say anything more than thank you for sticking with me this long and putting up with my weirdness and my mood swings and all of that. And just after I start this upload, I'm going to be taking a crash course in snoozing, because I haven't done that for a while, and with my body telling me today that I've done a little bit much, it's time for me to not do so much for about a week. So if you don't see a video for a little while, that's why. Because, well, I'm also going to be gearing up for the 25 days of Christmas. Of course, leave comments below. I love reading every one of them, and I do answer every one of them. So, if you have questions, leave them there. Of course, those that have my email, anybody can get my email. I have it in several of my videos in the description box. So if you need to contact me, please feel free to do so. I'm open to every question. And, of course, then that comes down to the share, if you enjoyed any of these videos. Alright. Happy Halloween. Peace out.